Hi everyone. Today I wanted to walk through what I think is one of the most challenging things to do as a college level writer, but something we just need to master. APA in-text citations. There are a lot of other parts of APA we could get into, but I want to break it down today and just show you a couple of examples of in-text citations so you can go back to this video whenever you're confused. So, short quotations. I just want to focus on that today and give you two different examples. So if you're directly quoting from a work, we all know we need to include our author, our year of publication, and our page number, preceded by the letter P, period, and then the actual number. But sometimes it gets confusing. Where do I put all this information? How should it actually appear when I begin writing? So, introduce the quotation with a signal phrase that includes the author's last name, followed by the date of publication in parentheses. So I want to show you this in action so we can see what it looks like in a real paper. So here's our signal phrase in example number 1. According to Jones, and I'm going to throw that phrase around, signal phrase. Think of it as a heads up to the reader. This is where this quote came from. This is the author of this quote. According to Jones, we know now the author's last name, and then directly after the last name, in parentheses, that's where my year of publication appears. We close it out with another parenthesis, comma, then we have our full quotes. Students often had difficulty using APA style, especially when it was their first time, end quote. Now, in parentheses, we're going to include the page number, P, period, the actual number, and also don't forget your period goes at the very end, after you close out the parenthesis. So this is an example of we're using the signal phrase. That should become second nature. If we have the author's last name, boom, the date of publication goes right after it. Here's another example. Jones, again, right after the last name of the author, we get our date of publication. Found, now we have our direct quote. Students often had difficulty using APA style, end quote. Then we include our page number at the end, P, period, number, close it out, period at the end. So those are two examples where we have signal phrases, where the audience knows exactly who I'm quoting from. What about when we don't mention the author's last name in our signal phrase? Where does everything go then? Let's check it out, example 2. So if the author is not named in your signal phrase, we still have to have the author's last name, the year of publication, and the page number in parentheses after the quotation. So here's an example again of it in action in a real paper. So she stated, notice the difference here, not Jones, so I'm not sure exactly what author I'm quoting from. My readers aren't clear on that, so I have to show them in the citation. She stated, comma, we get our full quote, students often had difficulty using APA style. The quote ends here, and now here's the sequence of citation material. Inside the parentheses, author's last name, comma, date of publication, comma, page, the actual number, close out the parenthesis, and notice that the sentence keeps going, unlike MLA, comma, but she did not offer an explanation as to why. So here's the sequence of all the material. You need your last name of the author, the date, and the page number. We also have to keep in mind all of this material comes directly after the quote closes out, even if the quote ends in the middle of the sentence. We don't want to wait and put all of this at the very end. Right after the quote, make sure that material is there for APA. So I hope this makes in-text citations a little clearer. And like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you with too many examples, but there's a big difference if you're using a signal phrase compared to when we're not sure, like in this example, who the author is. So feel free to go back to this video as needed, or check out your APA handbook, or check out the OWL Purdue website. Either way, you have plenty of examples to refer to as you're getting deeper into the drafting process. Anytime you have APA questions, you can also reach out to me as well. All right.